Well, good morning people. I'm working on the Royal Enfield Super Meteor this morning. I had a little problem yesterday, which I will explain. I had a lovely ride the other day, and on the way back I filled with petrol, and I noticed the filler around the filler was pretty mucky. Anyway, yesterday I gave the bike a wash, only the second wash I've given it since I've had it. And as I was wiping down the tank, I thought I must remember to wipe around the filler. So I got a key and opened the filler tap to find that the well around the filler was actually full of water, which then started overflowing into the petrol tank itself. So yeah, and so I panicked. put the bike on its sides, because it was on the centre stand, so I had to push it off and get it on the side stand. Well, it seemed, probably wasn't very much, but it seemed a lot of water had gone into the tank. Fortunately, the tank was full of petrol, almost up to the top. So anyway, I thought about it overnight, and I was a bit concerned that it might damage the engine, so I've this morning just drained all the petrol out of the tank, and I found what the problem was. See, when I opened this up, the water was all up to the top of here, but it was higher, and as soon as I opened it up, it started flowing in, and I panicked and I shut it. Well, I lent it onto one side, but this hole was bunged up, wouldn't run. Obviously now I know that it was the pipe was restricted, and that's what you got to watch out for. Yeah, I mean, I knew this was a bit mucky when I filled up at the petrol station, and I thought I must wipe that clean. And when I'd washed the bike, I thought, oh, I must do that, and that's when I opened. It's actually this pipe here. As you can see, the drain for the water and stuff is kinked. Well, whether it was kinked from new or whether I did that myself when I put the tank back on after the doing the tappets at the initial service, I don't know. So I've fortunately not had to go anywhere. I've actually got some nice bit of hose which is reinforced, which fits. So I'm going to replace that piece with this piece. I'm just going to route it down. But the other thing I noticed when I was I had to take this off or loosen it just to give it a bit more space, that there's another petrol tap clip there. Well, I struggle to, this is the underneath of the tank, as you can see, and this one, when you're trying to get it off, you're pushing it in and whatnot, and I have got the proper gadget for doing it. This I don't know what they call it. They're not very expensive, but they get in there and they push in the clips so you can get it off. I still don't want to come off. Anyway, I've decided what I will do from now on is I will take it off from the other end and hope it doesn't all flow out. I don't think it does. Anyway, that's the other one, and that one there, that there clips onto the bike here, which is a lot easier to get at. So that will be my first trial next time. Yeah. So anyway, I've drained the tank completely now. and I think I'm going to sit it outside in the sun to let the petrol evaporate, and let maybe the water will evaporate as well. And that pipe goes on there now. This is going to the new bit of pipe. That's on there. I did just know it. Much better, and it's reinforced, so it doesn't matter if you kink it, it won't jam up like that. I don't want water in the tank again. So that really just something for you guys to watch out for if you do on your own bike. Oh, that's got chipped. That's the trouble, isn't it, with fiddling around under the tank, struggling to get things out. That happens. You get bits chipped. Anyway, I'll let you know how we get on. So, all in all, bike's brilliant. We're coming up to 2,000 miles now since April. Lovely, lovely ride. I've got the other air cleaner in now, the DNA filter, but I didn't like the noise that it made without the little cover on, so I put that back on, and it doesn't suck quite so hard, but it's I don't think it was worth doing, to be honest. A lot of money for nothing. I don't know if it's doing any better on fuel. It's a little bit better. It used to be doing about 66 to the gallon, and last reckoning was 69, so I don't know. I did the tail tidy, which I'm rather pleased with. That looks good. You can see the back tyre now. I got like a proper bike now. Of course, it will be easy to take the wheel out if we have to sometimes. I'm just waiting now for somebody to do a 2-into-1 exhaust system for the Super Meteor, because I think I'd like to fit that. I'd like to do away with this side pipe on this side and just have the one pipe on the other side. But there we are. Most of all the other extras I've done are the heel toe is working, because I had to shorten that by a bit. I've got the middle footrest things on, and I've got the extension on the front mudguard, and the handlebar things. I didn't want them to be too high. I quite like the height of them, and that's the best I could do. So it's brought it back more, then raised it. It's really good. It's done just right for me now. I'm looking at a softer seat. The that seat's quite nice, but I don't know. I think I got a tender behind. Anyway, there we go. Bye for now. Right, I've got the pipe set up now, running it in down here, and it comes down and it goes back in under there, so it'll let exit down there. I think that will be a lot better. I think that's going to be a lot better, no doubt. Well, the tank's been outside in the sun for about 3 hours. The sun's gone now, but it's lovely and warm, and it's dried out beautifully, so all being well. You can't see inside. It's difficult to get all the petrol out. I did have to work at it a bit. I did use this siphon device. Obviously, I'll plug the ends back together. Yeah, just squeeze it comes out. Yeah, so in a minute I'm going to check the petrol. I'm going to put it into this big 2-litre container and check it for water, each time as I go. The first drop I'm going to put into the tank, and then I'm going to try by fitting this one to the tank and see if it actually leaks when it's in the tank, because I would like to have that fitted on the tank and then put it in. Now this is the Petrol, which has got the water in it. As you can see, it was worse than that just now. I did try this thing here. It's I don't know, they call it I can't think what they call it. Where's the wrapper gone? There it is. It's a tank dryer. Check for water in your tank. It absorbs water out of fuel. Well, I stuck that in there for 5 minutes, and it's made it less cloudy. But obviously, I'm not going to put that back in my bike. I'm going to let it settle and see if the water shows in the bottom. It can go on the weeds on the back path. But yeah, the bike is back together. I put the fuel back in there. It was nearly full, so we're not too bad. Yes, and I think it looks like it's possible to take the fuel off here by unclipping it there, which is a lot easier than the unclipping it in the underneath the tank, purely because you can't get to see what you're doing. Now I'm going to just clip that back in place. That's a lot easier. So there's a little trick for anybody else who's taking their tank off. And I've put my new pipe on underneath the tank, which is reinforced so that won't bend. What did I do with the old piece? I'll put it somewhere. Alright, so here's the pipe which goes up underneath the tank to connect to the drain, and you can see there it's been kinked. It was like that, so it wasn't doing its job. It's too flimsy. Look. It's very flimsy, cheap and nasty. I would advise anybody, if you're taking your fuel tank off, to get some reinforced pipe that size and replace this with it. There's plenty of room up there, and you can see now on the tank around here, that one with a stripe, that's the reinforced pipe. It just fits in there nicely down, and it tucks out of the way, and it's come right down, and it's gone in behind there, and obviously down in behind there. Oh God, yeah. So this is when I did the fuel tank. You can see there's the water level there. So that's quite a bit of water, and that's settled now, but it's still not completely clear. But that's what went in just from what was in the rim of the tank. See, when I opened this up, the water was all up to the top of here, but it was higher, and as soon as I opened it up, it started flowing in, and I panicked and I shut it. Well, I lent it onto one side, but this hole was bunged up, wouldn't run. Obviously now I know that it was the pipe was restricted, and that's what you got to watch out for. Yeah, I mean, I knew this was a bit mucky when I filled up at the petrol station, and I thought I must wipe that clean. And when I'd washed the bike, I thought, oh, I must do that, and that's when I opened